In a science talk, you will be sharing various types of data with the audience. These may include data tables, and if these are not your own, you need to cite the source. Although data tables can be useful for small amounts of data, unfortunately, these are often used badly. Take, for example, this large data table from the World Health Organization. It shows the incidence, mortality rate, and 5-year prevalence for various types of cancer. Let's say that you wanted to use this information to show important trends for each of these cancers. For example, these data show that breast cancer and lung cancer are very common, but that lung cancer is more deadly than breast cancer. Saying this information while displaying this table, even if using a pointer, would make it very difficult for the audience to listen to what you're saying and to understand it because they're trying to read the information on the table. The audience will also have a difficult time remembering this information later because they can't visualize it. Instead, if you were to take this information and make it into a graph, it would be much easier for the audience to see which cancers are more common and which are more deadly. In this graph, the y-axis shows the number of cases or deaths, while the types of cancers are shown along the x-axis. The incidence data is shown in blue, and the mortality data is shown in orange. As you can see, lung and breast cancer are very common, but we can see clearly from the graph that lung cancer is more deadly. We can also see in this graph that although pancreatic cancer is less common, it unfortunately leads to the death of the majority of people who are diagnosed with this disease. Although both the table and the graph contain the same information, the table would make it more difficult for our audience to understand and to remember the key points that we're trying to communicate. So whenever possible, avoid using large data tables and rely on graphs and figures instead.